22 years ago, Tony Fernandes took a bold step. He bought AirAsia, a struggling airline with millions in debt, for just £1. Many thought it was impossible, but what began as a risky move transformed into one of the most successful airline stories in Asia. Today, AirAsia is more than just an airline. It is a global brand that connects people, embraces innovation, and shapes the future of travel.
What made you decide to return to Malaysia and eventually start this journey into entrepreneurship?
I mean, my personality is Malaysian. I'm really a chameleon, you know. You put me in certain environments, I'll probably be more British. You put me in other environments, I'll be more Malaysian, right? You put me in a certain environment, I'll could be American or Australian, Middle Eastern. I'm a chameleon, but the two strongest ones are Malaysian and British. I think I adapt my personality to the people I'm dealing with. One.
Just one, yeah. It's not very typical for Malaysia.
No, it's not. I mean, I blame my parents and my lack of ability to learn at this stage. I was sent to English school when I was 5. My parents didn't speak Malay. If there's one thing I lack in life, I think the most powerful thing for those who have kids, get them to know as many languages. Communication is the most important thing in life, full stop. Like me or hate me, I'm a communicator. I would be 10 times better if I spoke a lot of languages. So I think it's a gift that people have and I don't, and I'm the poorer for it. In many ways, I'm more English than Malaysian. Maybe that's an issue that many people have with me, and I'm outspoken. I say what I believe. My sense of humor is different maybe. But, you know, I was given an opportunity to come to Malaysia. I given another opportunity to build a great business in Malaysia, and so Malaysia's home. You can put me anywhere in the world, I would survive. I got a job offer. Too many Asians spend too much time analyzing and talking to their grandparents, dogs, whatever, right? I got an offer to go back to Malaysia as a young 27-year-old to be general manager. I didn't ask about the salary, I didn't ask about anything. I thought, for me, opportunity, I grab it. I'm one of those people that grab opportunities, and I grabbed it.
After building up AirAsia, was there a moment when you felt like you had truly made it as an entrepreneur?
Maybe when I IPO'd and I bought an Aston Martin in Park Lane. I've never really thought about it. As high as you go, you can come down much faster. One of the great things about me, if there is a great thing about me, is humility. I never get carried away I walk out of here and 20 people will ask me for a photograph. Coming in today from the airport, random people coming up to me. You know, I bought a coffee in Paris baguette. All the staff wanted a picture of me with my clothes on. And but I'm still the same Tony. That's the greatest compliment anyone can give me when I hear that. You're the same guy as 22 years ago. So do I think, I made it, I'm not made it? What does that really mean? What is the definition of made it? But I felt cool when I bought my Aston Martin, a dream car, whether that's defined as made it or not, but I felt great.
How do you measure success? Is it about money or something deeper?
I have no idea. I don't value myself on what I'm worth. I value myself on what I've achieved and what I've done for people. Now that sounds like a Miss World statement, but you know, money is material. You have it, it's nice, don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's great to have money, but it's not what makes Tony Fernandes. What makes me is going to the airport this morning, and I took a picture of myself like this. There was thousands of people. It was a happy moment for me to see AirAsia coming back and seeing humble people who never had a chance. And one person came up to me and said, "Thank you for surviving, because this is my dream to go to India and visit my ancestors." Money can't buy that. You know, I really value my life on changing people's lives, but I'm not someone that thinks too hard about these things. I really don't. I mean, I'm not saying this because you're asking me. You're great today, you're useless tomorrow. Who cares? No one cares about the past. It's the future.
What's the best advice you have received in your career, and how has it shaped you as a leader?
A guy called Stephen Shrimpton, one of my first bosses. Best advice. I was 30, trying to take over the world. He said, slow down. Experience can't be bought. It just takes time. Best advice I ever got.
Is it?
By far. People are in a rush too fast sometimes, and it takes time. Makes mistakes. Be patient. You get there in the end. Aggression is important, but don't think you can change the world.
When you first bought AirAsia, what were the biggest challenges you faced, and how did you turn those challenges into opportunities?
Do people want to fly cheap? Yes. Is it a product that will be successful? Absolutely. So that drove me as to all the politics and financing and national carriers. I didn't know about that, right? Maybe that would have changed my decision making. I don't think so, because I'm that kind of character that if I believe in something, just do it, right? If you fail, you fail, but at least you try. If you have conviction of an idea, just do it. Don't analyze too much on the problems. Is the product needed? Low-cost flying definitely needed. So it wasn't a big evaluation process. Truth be known. I didn't have much money, so if I failed, I failed, right? The thing that scared me the most was failing the 200 staff that were there. If I failed them, then that would have been a disaster, because they were part of a big company that paid them every month. That was what scared me the most. Failing myself didn't bother me.
Years later, AirAsia faced other crises, like the pandemic and even losing an aircraft. How did you overcome these moments?
Best day was actually recently when I made 2,500 people redundant, and there's an Instagram of me jumping around with my cabin crew and stuff. That was a big day for me, because that was the final bunch of cabin crew who we made redundant coming back. I promised all 2,000 of them that, you know, we will bring every single one back, and we did. That's probably my biggest highlight of my career.
Oh, really? Wow.
Talk is cheap. When you make people redundant and you say you're going to do it, you got to do it. The fact that we did it with no government support out of the worst human crisis in our generation, and probably the last 3 generations, was a proud day for me. Losing an aircraft, you're not built for that.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and I never realized as a CEO that I'd have to confront families who lost their loved ones because of me. And so that was the worst day. I mean, a close second would be COVID. But by far, losing an aircraft in Indonesia was the hardest day of my life. Shock, disbelief. But, you know, my style is confrontation. My style is transparency. Many people said you don't have to go to Indonesia. Stay low profile. I said, are you crazy? This is my brand. This is my staff. I owe it to the families that they know the leader of the company is there. So I didn't leave it to the Indonesian CEO. I was there for the whole event. And I mean, history will say we did a great job on a very terrible thing. There's never a great job when you lose people's lives. But we managed it as best as we could. You can't have depression. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You owe it to your staff to fight. No, I never had depression. I mean, of course I was feeling really, I wasn't going to a club and partying. I was feeling very low.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sink into depression, because that's not what your staff need. Your staff need you to stand tall, fight, and come back.
In your opinion, what qualities make a good entrepreneur or CEO?
Humility, communication skills, vision, energy, and resilience. Passion. You got to love what you do. Those 6 things. Look, I'm a pretty good speaker. Was I a great speaker day one? No. Did I need to be coached how to be a speaker? No. But practice makes you better, right? You got to have something in here, to be honest. I could have the best coaches in the world, I'll still be lousy at languages. Okay? But, of course, all of those things can be developed. Except passion. You can't train someone to have passion. You either love it or don't. Yeah. So I always recommend people do businesses that they want to do.
How important is continuous learning and passion in sustaining success as an entrepreneur?
Resilience, you can develop. You either want to be a fighter or you don't. I don't think your genes tell you that. Passion, you gotta have. But we all have passion. But you know, if you say, Tony, do you want to own a cement factory and you'll be a billionaire? I don't. I wouldn't get interested in making cement. Okay, so I love making people fly. I love building a bank. I love doing all these things, right? But so you have to have passion. I read a lot of magazines. I mean, now on the internet. Do I read fiction? Do I read how to be the best manager? No.
No?
I think that's rubbish. But I read a lot of small articles. I read management articles. Anything that interests me, I read a lot. Yes, that's for sure. No one is an exclusive of ideas. I didn't make up low-cost carriers. Herb Kelleher of Southwest came up with that. Right? So I read a lot. If someone said, go do an MBA tomorrow, I would say it's a waste of time for me. But, you know, if someone said, go and do a course, and I never believed in an MBA. That's my own, right? What is an MBA great for? Gives you the and you have to work for a while before you do an MBA. Otherwise, it's just theory, right? When you can apply your knowledge to what you did at the office, then it's worth it. So my staff out there wants to do an MBA, and I said, it's going to be a waste of time. Spend 2 years with me, then do the MBA.
What advice would you give young entrepreneurs about networking and building confidence?
So what is the best thing about education. One is networking. It's really good to meet people. My best friends are still from school. Second is you begin to say, oh, I know most of this anyway, right? It gives you confidence. Education gives you confidence. Do I believe in training? Absolutely, especially short courses. Go for a short course on cryptocurrency. Fantastic. Go and do a 2-year degree on cryptocurrency. I think it's overkill, right? So I 100% believe in training. Be confident.
Be confident with people.
I'm actually a shy person. People don't believe it, right? It's only recently I can step out and say, hi, I'm Tony, and I introduce myself. And it's easier now because...
Now people know you.
Yeah,
they approach you.
It's easier now. So it's harder when you're nobody, right? And I'm actually quite shy. Be confident. What can they do? Say no to you.
Yeah.
So approach. I've seen many young people. Yeah. The difference between an average and a great person is their confidence in their ability. Don't be irritating about it. Don't be arrogant about it. But no harm in approaching someone. All they can say is no.
Do you have any regrets in life or business? And how do you view those experiences now?
I got lots of regrets. That work-life balance, I think I could have managed it better.
That's a trade-off.
Yeah, that's a trade-off. I'd like to be a better golfer. I'm a lousy golfer. My best friend is really good now, and we both started together. That's a regret in life. I wanted to be in the Olympics. I wanted to win a gold medal in the Olympics. That's not going to happen. So yeah, I had lots of regrets because I had lots of dreams. It's okay to dream. At least they tried to do something. I hate people who criticize and comment and say you're an idiot, of which many people do say about me, but they never did anything in their own life. I like people who have done and criticize me. Fine. I mean, it's a free world. You can criticize me whether you've done anything or not. Yeah. But I respect people who have done something. So I'd rather people go out there and do something than not do anything.
Looking back, what are the biggest achievements of AirAsia that you are most proud of?
I built a culture that I think is unsurmountable. We have an incredible culture. 21,000 staff, not one day of industrial actions, a happy workforce, a workforce that survived COVID. 2, we are a great branding and marketing company. My recent post, where it's crazy in my opinion, that I take my shirt off and have a massage, which I thought was a good thing that I could do, becomes a global phenomena, right? Memes are made of me. I'm on the national news of big TV stations around the world. We did something right. If I was a nobody, no one's going to mention me.
Yeah.
So I always look at the positive. I said, we built a great brand from a small country like Malaysia. We're globally known. And 3, I think, is we took a model from the West, and the West is a bastardized word, but Southwest and Ryanair, and brought it to Asia, put our own little twist on it, and transformed flying in Asia forever. After us, a lot of airlines came after us, right? Scoot, Lion, whatever, but that's all changed people's lives.
Looking ahead, Tony, what is your vision for AirAsia's future and beyond that? What kind of legacy do you hope to leave as an entrepreneur?
Love me or hate me, I was one of the instruments of change. If I get hit by a bus tomorrow, and many people would like to drive that bus, I won't be remembered for how rich I was or how poor I was, or whether they like me or not. But I'll remember for leaving a legacy behind, that I was one of the founders of revolutionizing air travel. That's worth to me more than anything. There is only one meaning. You're put on here to make a difference. It doesn't matter that everyone has to go build an airline. You're making a difference. You're interviewing people that will entertain, educate, expose people. Do something that makes a difference. There's a reason people are born. Make the most of your life. So the meaning of life to me is making the most of your life. Yeah. Never feel sorry for yourself.
So, that's the story of Tony Fernandes, the man who turned a 1 ringgit airline into a global success. From struggles to big wins, AirAsia's journey shows us that with passion and guts, anything is possible. Thanks for tuning in.
Each one a reflection of the legacy we built together. We still dare to dream, still flying high, still making it fly, still making it happen, still winning, still gold. Still the world's best, 16 years strong. Thank you for believing in us through every journey.